Hello and welcome back to the Monster Haven TCG. Today I will be showing you every card in set 5. Now it has been a while since I've made a video, sorry for that. I've been busy creating this and there will be more videos coming out generally soon, so be on the lookout for that. If anyone is confused by certain cards, I'll try my best to explain it, and we'll just start with the first card in set 5, which is Tetraflare. Now, some cards have been remade. There are 2 B-Ricks, there are 3 Cell cards, and while not every card is going to be remade, I figured Tetraflare should be remade with a different ability, same stats, different star ranking, because the new monster in set 5 is Octoflare, another ascension of Tetraflare. You must spend 8 adrenaline to play, but it is an 8 HP, 8 attack, strongest card in the game. Double Black Star, which is a new mechanic, which I'll explain later with the other double Black Stars. Very powerful card. I definitely expect it to see play, and yeah. Next up we have another Ooze. Now before you guys worry that set 5 is mostly reprints, it is not. Some cards are coming back. Ooze originally came out 1 set ago, so it seems soon to bring him back. However, I really like the ability, I like the idea of him, so pretty much the more damaged he is, the more damage he deals back, which comes in with some cards later. Next up we got a new one, Spirit of the Geyser, and I really like the artwork on this one. Something about like the head shooting the flames, it's really clean. Not the greatest ability. You can only play it if your Haven is Infernox, which we'll see later. It is an alpha monster, 6 HP, 5 attack, but all things considered, it's really good, especially because you can play this with another Spiralion in your deck, which is really good. So having 2 heavy hitters is very powerful. Next up, we have a card not made by me, but a card made by a subscriber and friend of mine, Booga Aluga. It ascends from Ooga Beluga, 8 HP, 2 attack, and it's an alpha monster, which sounds really powerful. However, its second ability is when you play this monster, flip a coin. If heads, kill one of your monsters, which can be kind of a downside, but I think he'll still be played a lot. The main archetype of this set is Infernox. However, there is a secondary archetype. There is in every set, and this one's is called the Storm Guardians. So these are all elemental, air-related monsters that kind of work together, controlling the storms and weathers and stuff like that. 3 HP, 2 attack. When you play this monster, discard all event cards in play and 1 chosen attachment. Considering it's a half Black Star, I think it'll be really good, especially with the other ones. So this is Storm Guardian Gale. All of the Storm Guardian cards are named after certain weather effects that can also be named. So like Gale winds, and also Gale is a name. Here we have Storm Guardian Dusty. And the ability Dustiness, when you play this monster, deal 1 damage to one of your monsters, then 1 to 2 chosen monsters, which it does not say 1 to 2 chosen opponents' monsters, which seems like it wouldn't matter at first, but you can play this card, deal 1 damage to Ooze, and then deal 1 damage to another monster and another to Ooze, which could be quite the combo. Pretty good spread. Again, it is a half Black Star, so I think it'll be really good. Next up, Storm Guardian Frosty. When you play this monster, chosen monster gets -1 attack, and chosen monster of yours gets -1 HP. So, kind of slows down the game a bit, but if you put it on the right monster, it could help you get that advantage against your opponent. Storm Guardian Sid. So all of these Storm Guardian monsters, by the way, are half black stars, meaning you can have 2 of each in your deck, which there are 4 of them as of now, meaning you can have 8 Storm Guardians in your deck. 3/3 once per game, deal 1 damage to 1 monster. Really good. There's really no reason not to use this, but it's especially good in Storm Guardian decks. And I think the best part of the Storm Guardians is there are so many cards buffing them that work with them that most of your deck would be Storm Guardians, which the main problem with Monster Haven right now is finding a deck that gives you consistency, and I think this could be a very powerful deck. And finally, to wrap up Storm Guardians, we have Katuk the Storm King, 4 HP to attack. When you play this monster, for every Storm Guardian you have in play, deal 1 damage to chosen monster and draw a card. So if you're just filling up your deck with Storm Guardians, there's a good chance that you'll have a lot of them in play. You can play this down, draw a bunch of cards, and deal a bunch of damage. It's pretty good. Next up, we have a very, very powerful card, Squoosh. The ability Squishable. This monster may ascend into any monster, and when you do, draw a card. This is the perfect example of power creep, which I'm trying to slow down, and this is my first card game, so I'm learning a lot. But Squoosh is crazy. I mean, it's a half black star, so you can have 2. One of my players is not running Tetraflare at all. He's just running 2 Squoosh and an Octaflare for consistency. It gives you draw as well. It's really good. And I think if whoever this is given out to, if anyone is able to get their hands on it, they are going to use it 100% of the time. Next up, we have Vile. So this is the card I made for designing a card, the video. Vile, this monster deals 1 more damage when attacking half-star monsters, which are going to be really good now. 3 HP to attack, which could be a 3 attack. It's another half-black star monster. I think it's going to be okay. The problem with this one is it doesn't really work with any cards, but that may not stop it. I forgot to mention, between Squoosh and Octaflare and Vile, you may see a theme. Set 5 is called Blazing Ooze, and it is all about this secret liquid that escaped and is taking over monsters and turning them to the worst. So Octaflare is evil, and pretty much any monster or attachment, event, resource, anything like that that has been controlled by the ooze and has gone bad, which, hint hint, if you look back a couple of sets, you may see the same thing. Fun little Easter egg. Next up, we have Megabyte. This monster deals 1 extra damage to startables. It's a 4 HP, 1 attack. This could be pretty good if you get it early on. You could take out Dinglebumpuses, Gary and Gory, EDL, Mecha Mini, all that kind of stuff. But late game, it's not that great of a card. However, the upgrade, Gigabyte, which is not an Ascension, but it could work as one. 4 HP, 2 attack, and when this monster kills a monster, heal 2 damage from your haven, then discard a card. Half black star. This is a crazy card. Healing your haven is always good, and the fact that you're dealing damage, killing a monster, and healing, the discard a card doesn't seem that much of a downside for what you're getting. Now, I have played this card before, and remember, it's when this monster kills a monster. So on my opponent's turn, he sacrificed 2 of his monsters to take out Gigabyte, and I was forced to discard 2 cards. It does not say you may. So be careful when playing this. Your opponent can intentionally sacrifice cards to make you discard your hand. I eventually lost that game just because I didn't have enough draw to get back on my feet. Next up, we have Explorer from an Unknown World, 3/3. Pretty good stats, however, the ability Limited Oxygen. This monster dies at the end of the turn you play it unless Explorer's Spaceship is in play. So that'll come in later. Half Black Star, 3/3 is really good. It's kind of in the same boat as Storm Guardian Sid is, except without that ability. Yeah. Then we have Poppy, a very controversial card. Blam, when this monster dies, deal 2 damage to one of your monsters. This card is horrible. 3 HP, 1 attack, it's just a worse general club, not even startable. Why would you ever play it? It damages your monsters. Oh, maybe if there were a monster that, I don't know, wanted to be damaged, could do really well with this card. Yeah. So, other than that, not that great of a card, but if you wanted to play this to your advantage, I believe that could be good. Next up, we have Populous. It ascends from Poppy. Pretty much the same thing, except deal 4 damage to one of your monsters. Now, if you didn't catch what I just hinted, Populous can sacrifice itself, deal 4 damage to Ujiak, and now Ujiak is a 2 HP, 6 attack, which is crazy. So Populous can kind of clear away a little monster if there's any, and then you can strike your opponent's Haven for 6 damage out of nowhere, which could be really good. Poppy's a half black star, or excuse me, Populous is a half black star, Poppy is not any, so again, consistency would be really good in that kind of deck. Next up we have Wick. It's very similar to Spirit of the Geyser, 7 HP, 3 attack. This monster can only be played if your Haven is Infernox, and this monster takes 1 damage at the end of each turn. So it's kind of melting away, because he's the wick of a candle. It's okay, but remember, you can have Wick, Spirit of the Geyser, and Spiralion all in your deck, which would just be crazy. I mean, that's a deck. 3 heavy hitters is so much more than anybody. I mean, maybe someone has 2, but most of the time people are only running 1 Ujiak, not this one, 1 Spiralion if they have it, so having 3 is really good. Next up we have Lava Crab. I love this card. When this monster dies, it becomes attached to the attacking monster with the following effect. This monster takes 1 damage at the end of each of your turns. So pretty much, when this monster dies, it claws onto the enemy and they take damage over time, which I love the idea of this guy. I love the way I drew him. Very cool card. And that's the same with Morton. I really like the artwork here. He's just kind of sludge, molten magma. And the ability Take It Slow. When this monster dies, chosen monster cannot attack next turn. So, sadly to say it, this would be really, really good in control decks, which I don't like control, but looking over certain cards, control is real, people. We have to be ready for it, especially since this is a no star. So having 3 of these, Billy Bongs, Ooga Belugas, Tome of the Medians, it's gross just thinking about it, but this is going to go great in control decks. Next up we have Infernite, just a little guy. You may have as many Infernites in your deck as you want. I love the idea of just having like a bunch of little guys, as many as you want. Of course, you can only have 29 cards in your deck, plus a Haven, so 30 including the Haven. So technically you could have 28 Infernites, 1 startable, and your Haven. I wouldn't recommend that. I'd say maybe 10 max, which would be fun to see, 10 of them. But other than that, 2 attack, 1 HP. It's pretty good, definitely a glass cannon. And then the long-awaited Sprock. 4/4. This ascends from either Frock or Spawn. I loved the idea of having a Spork monster that ascends from either Frock and Spawn. Set 1 icons, and it's a pretty good card. This monster takes 1 less damage from attacks and gets +1 from when being attacked. So pretty much he's a 4/4, and when you hit me, he's a 5/5, which is crazy good. Again, he is being corrupted by the Ooze, so he is a little bit evil, but good card. Next up, moving on to the startable, we have Goop. 2 HP, 1 attack. It is literally, in all ways, worse than Dinglebumpus or Gearinggory. It's literally just -1 attack. It is not a good startable. However, the reason you want to play Goop is because he can ascend into Mr. Goop. Ascends from Goop, 5 HP, 4 attack. While this monster is in play, opposing players cannot play resource cards. This is going to be crazy, especially because there are really good resource cards in this set that people are going to want to play. And double Black Star, which I'll explain in a second. We have seen high health, high damaging monsters ascending from startables, doing well recently in tournaments. Tetrite King is the same thing, so this isn't like super power creep, overpowered. We've had Tetrite King since set 1, but this ability is going to be really good. Now, what a double Black Star means is you can only have 1 double Black Star in your deck. It sounds a little confusing at first, but I'll explain. Okay. Now, Goop here has no star. If it has no star, you can have 3 in your deck. If it is a half Black Star, you can have 2. And if it is a full Black Star, you can only have 1 in your deck. Now, the difference between Sprock and Octoflare, double Black Star, and Mr. Goop, double Black Star, is Sprock, you can only have 1 in your deck. However, you can have 1 Sprock and 1 Ooze in the same deck. Because they're both Black Stars, you can only have 1 of each. Whereas double Black Stars, you can only have either or. You can only have 1 double Black Star no matter what it is. So deck builders can only have either Mr. Goop or Octoflare, which I think is going to add to the deck building aspect of Monster Haven. You know, choosing which double Black Star is going to be for me, which one works the best, and all that stuff. That was it for the monsters. Moving on to everything else. For the first action card, we have Roll of the Gods, which I believe is going to do really well in competitive play. Heal all damage from one of your alpha monsters, then heal 1 damage from one of your opponent's monsters. That second part doesn't really matter. It was kind of just to make sure this card isn't that crazy, but healing all damage from one of your alpha monsters is really, really good. You know, if Ooze's getting a little dangerously low, you want to heal it up. Same with Octoflare as an 8/8. You're just instantly going to heal all of that. I think this is going to go really, really well with Nechurtle from set 3, which is a 17 HP, 3 attack monster that when that monster dies, you lose the game. But with this, you could bring it all the way back up to 17, which I think is going to do really well. It was also, I should explain these secret cards. Roll of the Gods was the first ever gold card. That's right. In the set 5 release that I had local tournament, it became a gold card. And one of my players was able to pull it, and it was a really fun experience. This set also has holographic cards. I'll get to that later, but first ever gold card. Next up, we have Infernite Swarm. So, that little guy that you can have as many as you want. Search your deck for as many Infernites as you'd like and put them into play. You can't play more than you have space for. So remember, you can only have up to 4 monsters in play, 6 with the Lubba Temple's Haven. So playing this, you can search your deck for as many of these guys as you want and instantly play them all down. This is really good to just come out of nowhere with a bunch of 2 attacks monsters, and I think it's going to make for some funny moments. Next up, we have Monster Search. Now, Monster Search, at first when I made it, I was like, okay, do I want this to be a radar or maybe like a GPS tracking device? You know, what would be best for searching for monsters. And then I realized, the perfect option is a job application. So monster search is a job application. Flip a coin. If heads, search your deck for a monster and put it into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. Really good. Coin flip, search for a monster. I think it's going to do well, especially with Bartholomew from set 4, which when you play this monster, you can play it, and then once per game, search your deck for a card. This pretty much just says search your deck for a card, and you get Bartholomew, which is really good. Half black star, so people can have up to 2, and I think people might have 2. Then we have Rush. Gain 2 adrenaline. At the end of this turn, lose 1 adrenaline. So this is kind of like, if you want to play Tome of Life, or you're just 2 adrenaline or 1 adrenaline away from being able to play a certain card, Octaflare, any high adrenaline, Lightning Bolt, anything like that, Rush can kind of help you get there, which is really good. Next up, we have Harvest. Search your deck for a resource and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. This is crazy. Anything in Monster Haven that searches your deck is just really good. Searching your deck for a resource is really good because you can just play down that resource. Harvest is going to be a good card, especially since it's a half black star. Next up, we have a fun one. Tome of the Comic. If you can make your opponent laugh in 15 seconds or less, draw 3 cards. If not, draw 1 card. This is fun. Just being able to do fun things that mess with the game outside of the game itself. I love putting these cards in. There was a card once I made that was flip a coin until you get tails. For every heads, your opponent has to do 2 jumping jacks. So fun cards like that, I really enjoy putting in the game. Next up, maybe not a fun card, but definitely competitively viable. Tome of the Breeze. Discard an attachment or a resource from play. This is just Stinky from set 4, but on an action card, half black star. Those are very popular. Discarding an attachment or a resource is really good. The option, if it were, discard an attachment, period, or discard a resource, that'd be okay, but just the option to choose either one is really, really good. Moving on to event cards, we have the Goop, and it's taking over the card. To play this card, deal 2 damage to your Haven. Once per turn, deal 1 damage to all Havens, then deal 1 damage to this event. So it's kind of putting everyone on a timer. This is going to go crazy in Aquadome, because just dealing damage to your Haven, playing this, it's a half black star, so you can play 2, plus Operation Grizzly targeting yourself, or Pollution. This is going to ramp Aquadome super quickly, which I think is going to be fun. And also in an aggressive deck, if you're willing to take that damage, then it could be worth it. I love this next card. I love the idea of it, and I love the way I made it. Anti-Power Creep. It's an event card. Cards from the newest set cannot be played by any player, except this card. So, half black star. Pretty much, okay, Anti-Power Creep, you can't play any of the new cards. Which sounds kind of mean at first. It's only 4 HP, so people can definitely get around it. But I really want to stop meta decks. I want people to have a variety of set 1, set 2, 3, 4, 5 cards in their decks, and that way that one player can't go crazy with Octaflare. People have kind of a seat belt to help them, or a backup. Okay, the third and last event card is Extinction. All monsters have -1 HP. Really good. If you're playing an aggressive deck that's already going to die anyway, this is just good to take out those high health targets, Billy Bong, Spiralion, Octoflare, anything like that. It's really, really good in the new game mode, which I will be explaining on this channel, and it'll be one of the new videos. But yeah, -1 HP is pretty good. This video is getting long. I'll try to speed it up. Next up, Stormy Cape. Moving on to attachment cards. Attach this to one of your Storm Guardians, so these guys from earlier. This monster can attack twice a turn. That's crazy. Half black star. Pretty much set 5 is all half black stars, let's be honest. Attacking twice is really good. They all have almost the same stats, 3 HP, certain abilities. I think this will do well. Then we have Sword of Evil. Attach this to chosen monster, so any monster. This monster gets +2 attack, but dies at the end of this player's next turn. So this is really good for amping up, dealing 2 extra damage to your opponent's monster or Haven with one of yours, or you can attach it to a Billy Bong or an opponent's threat, and then it kills them at the end of their next turn, which could be a really good way of just getting rid of enemy cards. Next up, really good card, Shield. Attach this to one of your monsters. It gets +2 HP. Really, really good. This might be better than Plot Armor. I'm not sure. But just +2 HP is really cool. Easter egg on the shield there for next set. And, yeah. Moving on to Havens, we have Infernox, the long-awaited card. If this Haven has 10 HP or less, your monsters gain +1 attack, but take 1 damage at the end of each of your turns. So, pretty much this is going to go really, really well with aggressive decks. You can play Spirit of the Geyser. Not quite sure where I went. Wick. Any aggressive decks, if you play like 3 Frocks, Glass Cannon type cards that are already going to die. Heck, throw in a Sword of Evil. You might as well. Deal 2 more damage, because why not? Yeah, low HP, but if you're playing an aggressive deck, that may not matter. Next up, we've got Mount Boom. I love this card. When this Haven drops below 9 HP, deal 2 damage to all monsters in play. So, 16 HP. It's kind of like a built-in disease from set 1. But what I love about this is it does not say once per game. So, using Gigabyte or rebuilds from set 4 or anything like that to heal your Haven, and then if it drops below 9 HP again, you can deal 2 damage to all monsters. So I've already thought of a couple cool combos of like, oh, I'm going to heal myself and then damage myself. Oh, take 2 damage, And you can pull this off like 3-4 times a game, which would be really cool. For the last Haven, we have Spaceship of the Explorer. One of my fans really, really wanted this card, and sadly, I don't think he is going to play it because the ability isn't as good as he thought it was, but to be honest, the ability he wanted would have been way too good. 19 HP, once per turn, deal 1 damage to chosen event or alpha monster. So this is good with clearing away any anti-power creeps, extinction, goops. Alpha monsters like Ujiak, Octoflare, Sprock isn't one, but Spirit of the Geyser, Booga Aluga, just dealing 1 damage for free every turn is just pretty good. 19 HP, so it's on the higher side, you don't need to be worried about like low HP, mid-game, late game, that kind of stuff. Unless you're losing, of course. Alright, next up we've got 5 resources in this set, and they're all pretty good. We've got Goopiness. Unstable Ooze. Once per turn, you may deal 1 damage to all opposing Havens, then deal 2 damage to your Haven. This is going to be absolutely crazy, going with the Goop. In Aquadome, I really can't say more. It's just really, really good. In any other deck, it's probably not that great, but just dealing damage to Havens, man, it's pretty good. Especially when there's really no downside if you're playing Aquadome. Next up, we've got Evil Goopiness. Oozing Madness. Your monsters deal 1 more damage to Black Star monsters, which is all alpha monsters. By the way, all alpha monsters are Black Stars. Like Spiralion, Crackalakin, those kind of monsters, dealing 1 more is really good. And then when one of your monsters attacks, they take 1 damage. I think this is going to go crazy. I think Evil Goopiness, Sword of Evil, Infernox, with Spirit of the Geyser, Wick, and like any aggressive cards like Frock, that is going to, that's a deck right there. right? I mean, there's only 30 cards in a deck, and I'm holding 1/10 of it. But yeah, like, you can play a really aggressive deck. That's what set 5 is about, right? Like the oozing, evil goopiness, taking over monsters and just being aggressive. Next up, because we needed more support for the Storm Guardians, we have Weatherometer. I know this is a wall of text. I'm going to try to simplify it for you. But pretty much once per turn, look at the top 4 cards of your deck, put a Storm Guardian into your hand, and then shuffle your deck. So this is half Black Star. Of course, they all are. Pretty much, not bad. Searching your deck for Storm Guardians. If you're playing a deck with, like, what was it? There were 4 of them. They each have 2. So if you're playing with 8, you're probably going to find one in the top 4, which is just a guaranteed monster. That's pretty good. Then we've got Alpha Instinct, which is really cool. Spend 3 adrenaline to play, so it's kind of heavy cost. Your alpha monsters get +1 attack and +1 HP. It's just plot armor on a resource card because, if anyone forgot, alpha monsters cannot have attachments on them. Just a heads up. So this is kind of like a way to get around that. And then if one of your alpha monsters dies, discard this card. So it's okay. Yeah, it's really good for boosting if you're playing a lot of alpha monsters in your deck. And then the last card in set 5, card 45, Smog. Each player discards their monsters in play until they have 3. Each player may only have up to 3 monsters in play. So that's really good. It kind of affects both of you, but, having 3, stopping your opponent from playing a whole bunch of monsters is really good. I don't think it will be used that much, but it could be. You never know. Yeah, and that was the last card. Thank you for watching. I know this video is long. That is every card in set 5. Be on the lookout for more videos coming soon. I think I have 3, which is really good. And I'll see you next time.